You can end a day completely exhausted and have moved nowhere. Most of us know the feeling well. The calendar was full, the messages were answered, the list had things crossed of it, and yet if someone asked what actually moved forward, you would struggle to name a single thing. We have quietly agreed to treat two very different things as the same: being busy and making progress. From the inside, they feel almost identical. Both fill the day, both leave you tired, both let you tell yourself honestly that you work hard. But one of them moves your position and the other only moves the hours. This is about learning to tell them apart, because almost everything that matters in the long run depends on the difference between the two. The trouble is that busy feels like progress, and it feels like it convincingly. When the day is full and you are tired by the evening, your mind overrides the obvious conclusion: I work hard, therefore I must have advance. But effort and advancement are not the same currency. You can pour enormous effort into things that leave your actual position completely unchanged, answering, reacting, tidying, attending, responding. None of it is wasted. Exactly. Much of it simply has to be done, but none of it is the thing. There is this uncomfortable part. Busy is often where we hide. It is easier to stay in motion than to sit with the one piece of work that genuinely matters and is genuinely hard. Busyness gives us the feeling of contribution without the discomfort of the real task. Quiet often, it is a very sophisticated form of avoidance, and the more capable you are, the more convincing the disguise. So the shift is to stop measuring your day by how full it was and start measuring it by what changed. Busy is a description of your hours. Progress is a description of your position. At the end of a busy day, the honest question is not, was I productive? Because busy always feels productive. The honest question is, what can I now do, point to, or build that I could not yesterday? If the answer is nothing, the day was busy. If the answer is something, however small, the day made progress. Once you hold that single question, a great deal clarifies. You begin to notice how much of your effort was simply keeping the plate spinning and how little of it actually moved the thing you care about forward. That noticing is uncomfortable at first. It is also the beginning of every real improvement. The first distinction is direction. Busy is reactive, it responds to whatever arrives. The inbox decides your morning, the notification decides your attention, the most urgent voice decides your afternoon. You are moving, certainly, but the direction is being chosen by everything except you. Progress is the opposite. It is chosen in advance, in the quiet, before the day fills with other people's priorities. The person making progress has decided deliberately what the one thing is and then protects it from everything else. This is why real progress so often happens early or late or in a deliberately defended hour, because the rest of the day belongs to reaction. The difference is not how much you do. It is who decided what you would do. Busy lets the day decide. Progress decides the day. The second distinction is how you keep score. Busy is measured by effort, by how full, how tiring, how relentless the day felt. And effort is seductive to measure because you can feel it in your body. Progress is measured by outcome, by what now exists that did not before. An outcome is far harder to feel because on any single day it can be almost imperceptible. So we default to the easier measure. We let fatigue stand in for advancement, but fatigue is not a metric. You can be wrung out by a day that moved nothing and barely tired by a day that moved a great deal. If you only ever measure effort, you will quietly optimize for tiredness. You will become very good at being exhausted. Measure outcome instead, and you will start optimizing for the only thing that actually matters, movement. The third distinction is the most practical. Busy expands to fill whatever space you give it. There is always another message, another small task, another reasonable thing to attend to. And if you let it, the work of the day will quietly grow until it consumes every available hour without ever once touching the thing that matters. Progress requires the opposite, instinct. It requires subtraction, deciding deliberately what you will leave undone so that the important things gets done. This is the part most people resist because leaving things undone feels like failure. But you cannot make progress on what matters while saying yes to everything that does not. The skill is not doing more. Almost everyone is already doing enough. The skill is doing less on purpose so that the few things that genuinely move you forward finally get the room to. So the people making the most progress often look the less busy, not because they do little, but because they have quietly removed the busy that was crowding out the work. Their day looks calmer, more deliberate, with fewer things in them done better. From the outside, it can even look as though they are not trying very hard. They are simply no longer confusing motion with movement. If you have ever ended a relentless week feeling strangely as though you had achieved nothing, this is almost certainly why. The week was full of busy and starved of progress. The remedy is not to work harder. You are already working hard enough. It is to become clearer about which part of your effort is actually moving you, and then to protect that part from everything that is not. None of this requires a dramatic change. It requires one quiet question. Ask honestly, at the end of each day, did I make progress or was I only busy? Most days, the honest answer will surprise you, and that surprise is the whole point. Keep the question close. Protect one deliberate piece of work from the noise of the day, and let the busy take care of itself. It always finds a way to. If you want a calm, practical place to begin building something of your own, there is a free resource in the description below. Start there. Busy is automatic. Progress is chosen. You already know which one fills your week.